All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the Ventures Podcast. Today's episode, I'm going to be walking through our work with Impact Stream. Impact.stream is the URL on the screen here. This is a podcast, so if you're listening on audio, you can also switch over and watch the screencast. I'm going to have some videos, some screen images of our work in Togo. And if you're watching, you can also switch over to audio at any point. You can just search for Ventures in your favorite podcast player, and it should show up. Okay, so in a nutshell, what we're doing with Impact Stream is we're creating transparent streams of impact between digital communities and real life communities. We do believe that the local people have the best visibility and ability to lift themselves out of poverty. They have the best ability to identify local problems, and with the right injection of technology and aid, and multiple forms of aid, but especially financial capital, they can lift themselves up. And so partnership with the rest of the world to that end is exciting. So in Web3, we've been talking about banking the unbanked. We've been talking about financial inclusion, financial equity, ability for people in the developing world to get access to the global marketplace. We've been talking about this for a long time, but now I and partners, if you scroll down here on our webpage, we have a whole team here with Alidra and me and Latte and Zach and Angela and Kevin and Matt and Kevin C. and Rob with International Literacy and Development and Super Modular and Proto Ventures and Gitcoin and Primordia. We are taking action on the on the ground in Togo, West Africa, to help facilitate the people there to get onboarded into this progressive web application where they can just use their Togo cell number, and that allows them to have a wallet address so that they can then submit proposals. They'll be submitting those proposals through the end of August, and then they will be voting on those proposals. Just the local people in the community there will be voting on these proposals, and the proposals that rank the highest in the quadratic voting mechanism will be funded based on the amount of money that we raise. So if we raise, let's say, $200,000, hopefully we can raise more than that, but if we raise $200,000, we can fund as many projects as possible. For this first round, there's going to be a limit of $20,000 per proposal. So you can imagine us funding 10 proposals, maybe even more than that if we raise that amount. Right now we have about 50,000 raised, so we're trying to raise another 150,000 across over the next couple of months here. So when we were in Africa, we visited both the outlying area, rural area. We went to a demonstration farm where this gentleman, Latte Lawson, is helping thousands of families get access to grow pineapples to sell, to make money for their family, to grow crops in order to feed their families. And a number of the people there are onboarding onto this application. We were also in the city, in the capital city of Lomé, educating people there, onboarding people there. So we were able to onboard dozens of people between those two areas, and they are now onboarding dozens of people, submitting proposals, and all of that is happening right now, real time, leading into the end of August. So I definitely am excited about the opportunity here. Now this on screen here, I'm switching over to impactstream.eth, resolves to this address. Right now there's about $20,000 right here. There's about 5.3 ETH plus about $10,000 in USDC. We want to fill this up because this is a multi-sig that will then transfer to our address togo.impactstream.eth. That money will then be transferred via most likely a bridge like Squid over to people that are on the ground in Togo that have the Valora app on the Celo blockchain. So it'll be bridged to the Celo blockchain. And the reason why we're doing this is because on the Valora app, you can bridge in Togo through Alpha Fortress into the local CFA currency. They then have in their e-money, a lot of e-money is popular throughout Europe and obviously around the world. It's like Venmo in the United States. in their with their T-Money application, they use it everywhere. In fact, Latte was telling me that he uses T-Money to pay the farmers when they bring their pineapples into his juicing business, Firsty. So, in a nutshell, what we're doing here with this first trial, with this first proof of concept, is we're going to help fund local projects. This is wells and schools and clinics and maybe more infrastructure for the schools, maybe your library, maybe help with better internet in the area, etc., whatever they come up with. And we then want to scale this further, go with bigger projects in Togo, go with other NGOs around the world that have trust networks to be able to manage to oversee the proof of impact on these funds. And so if you would like to help, we would love for you to jump into the Discord here. The link is on the top right of impact.stream, the URL, and jump in the Discord. I'll put it in the show notes as well. And we're coordinating volunteers to help storytell. We are really excited about partnering with Latte and the team over there in Togo. And yeah, please feel free to reach out to me. You can just email me at will@wclittle.com, or you can email us at hello@impact.stream, or just hit us up on Discord. We'd love to talk to you. Thank you. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I wanted to just let you know before you go that if you're interested in following along with any of the content I write, go to wclittle.com. There I have a newsletter that you can subscribe to, and just subscribe to any topic that I write about, whether it's Web3 or health science or software development or any of the miscellaneous new buzzwords like generative AI and other things that come up. And you can also publish. That new platform is called Satchel. We're letting in more folks into the beta. Think kind of like a Substack, Medium, Mirror, WordPress, but it has some new features that are coming that I think you're going to be really interested in. Also, if you're building a startup, I have a portfolio company called Startup Rocket. StartupRocket.com gives you coaching frameworks and different guides so that you have an understanding about how to build a startup in a scalable way, and you can bring in your team and your mentors and advisors and potential investors. So we've built that platform and use it internally at my venture capital group, Proto Ventures, and I would highly recommend it for you. All right, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Have a great rest of your week.